I am your father, and you are my children.
It's finally here, the moment Far Cry fans have been waiting for. Ubisoft has dropped the announcement trailer for Far Cry 5, along with a couple of character profile trailers as well. I've gone over all the assets with a fine-tooth comb to help you figure out exactly what's going on in this new installment of the open world franchise. So without further ado, here are 13 new things in Far Cry 5.
Upon us!
First up, let's talk about the setting. As we predicted, Far Cry 5 takes place in modern-day Montana, in a fictional area called Hope County. It looks like the main town in this county is called Falls End, a rundown farming community with a local football field, a lovely fishing spot, and a general store where you can buy a tub of gizzards for 99 cents a pop. Lovely gizzards. Montana is a great location to set the game in, as it's very close to the Rocky Mountains, as well as the huge lakes and lush forests of the Grand National Parks. Basically, that means there'll be loads of places to hunt in, climb up, and drive through. So what about the player character? In Far Cry 3 we had frat boy turned mass murderer Jason Brody. In Far Cry 4 we had grieving son turned mass murderer RJ Garley. And in Far Cry 5 we have... well, we don't actually know. Our player name is a mystery at the moment. All we know is that you play as the new junior deputy of Hope County. We don't know where you're from, what your name is, or even if you're male or female, but there's a good reason for this, as Kotaku are reporting that you can not only choose to play as a man or a woman, but you can also choose your skin colour too. That's great news for the next point, because Far Cry 5 can be played entirely in two-player co-op. Hopefully the ability to choose your own character means that the second player won't be saddled with playing as Herc again. He was amusing in Far Cry 3 for sure, but in Far Cry 4 he was just aggravating, and every time I saw him in Far Cry Primal, I just wanted to turn the game off.
Uorki sakwi! Uorki sakwi hapatradaha! To Urki patash! To Urki patash!
Anyway, this blink and you'll miss it shot from the trailer shows two people on a quad, shooting at members of Eden's Gate. Are these some of the potential protagonists that players could create? I don't know, I guess we'll find out soon enough. Alrighty then, so what about the big bad guy? Far Cry's 3 and 4 both had incredibly charismatic antagonists in the form of Vars and Pagan Min. So who'll be giving us the chills in rural Montana? Well, that job goes to Joseph, the head of a deeply strange family of religious fanatics who run a cult known as Eden's Gate. Joseph's family, Jacob, John and Faith, known collectively as the Heralds, represent only some of Far Cry 5's antagonists. Who else we'll be going toe-to-toe with isn't known yet, but as you can see from this trailer footage, I think we'll have more than enough on our plate dealing with Joseph's flock of religious loons. From what I can gather from this trailer, Joseph has written a new passage of the Bible, or come up with his own religion. He calls it the Word of Joseph.
Willingly or not.
Along with a band of Eden's Gate followers, he drives around Hope County trying to convert the locals to the Word of Joseph, and by convert it looks like he takes the adult males against their will, possibly to join his militia, while he baptizes the females, again against their will, and for what purpose, we don't yet know. Oh, and he also makes time to harass one of the main friendly NPCs, Pastor Jerome Jeffries. Now, at first glance, Pastor Jerome looks like he's your standard Catholic priest. That is, until the shot changes and you can see his hidden Bible gun. All good priests should have one. Oh, and his bulletproof vest. He needs that bulletproof vest because it looks like Joseph might be trying to run him out of town after unsuccessfully trying to convert him to the Book of Joseph. Mary May Fairgrave is the next new friendly NPC. She runs the local saloon bar, the Spread Eagle, after Joseph showed up and took her mother and brother. Took them where and did what with them we don't yet know, but whatever it was, going by this newspaper headline, it seems to have been enough to drive her poor old father to suicide. Obviously, this means Mary May holds a bit of a grudge, so when she's not serving whistling beaver lager to the locals, she's pouring out some 100% proof Molotov cocktails. First round's on her, I reckon. The final friendly NPC announced so far is Nick Wray. Eden's Gate have been threatening Nick's family, so understandably, he's pissed off. That's why he's attaching a big old gun to his amphibious crop dusting plane, which I presume is something he'll give you at some point in the game, because in the series' biggest new addition so far, Far Cry 5 has aeroplanes. Not only does it have airplanes, it also has these little amphibious airplanes, so you should be able to land on water as well as land on land. You won't just be landing though, you'll also be engaging the Eden's Gate cult in aerial dogfights, which is bound to bring about some awesome moments. I know nothing about planes by the way, but from this shot, it looks like Eden's Gate will be flying old World War II planes, so perhaps we'll be able to steal and fly those as well. Other vehicles new to the series include American muscle cars, Optimus Prime-looking big rigs, and, almost like they were watching my Far Cry 5 predictions video and included them just for me, ATV quad bikes. I cannot wait to hammer through the Montana wilderness having high-speed shootouts on a quad bike. It's gonna be glorious, especially in co-op. In Far Cry 5, if you need a bit of backup, you can recruit guns for hire from a large cast of characters. That's all well and good, but the interesting thing here is that you can also recruit fangs for hire, which, although incredibly dumb sounding, is exactly what you think it is. It's some kind of play on the Far Cry Primal Beastmaster mechanic that lets you have control over dogs, wolves, cougars, and, bears? Now, I was kind of willing to suspend my disbelief for all the animal taming in Far Cry Primal, but I'm not sure how they'll make a police officer with animal powers that convincing. Oh well, as long as you can pet them again, I'll get over it. Just like most of their games, there's going to be Ubisoft Easter eggs in Far Cry 5. How do I know that? Because there's one in the trailer. Redneck Rabbids, anyone? This next one isn't shown in the trailer, but Ubisoft has revealed that Far Cry 5 will have a map editor. What kind of map editor remains to be seen, but given that they've been hell-bent on ruining the map editor and multiplayer since Far Cry 3, I wouldn't get too excited yet. Far Cry fans will be hoping for a return to Far Cry 2's map editor and multiplayer lobbies, but going by recent Far Cry games, it's hard not to expect the worst, a single-player challenge map editor and no multiplayer at all. Fingers crossed for the former. Finally, Far Cry 5 will release on February 27th, 2018, and will come in Standard, Deluxe and Gold editions. What comes in those editions isn't known yet, but we do know that PlayStation owners will receive a free Far Cry 5 skin pack with each version of the game. My money's on skins for single-player stuff here and not for multiplayer, but again, we're gonna have to wait to find out, I guess. So there we go, that was 13 new things in Far Cry 5, but did I miss anything? And are you excited for the game? Let me know in the comments below, like and subscribe for more Far Cry 5 coverage from Eurogamer, and do check out these other Far Cry videos that are on screen now. I reckon there's a huge conspiracy that connects all the Far Cry games together, so I wonder if there'll be a way for Far Cry 5 to fit into it all. Guess we'll find out in February. Goodbye.